Welcome, Guilders, to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, Episode 0. We're doing a nice short little adventure before the campaign proper as we get the show rolling. I am joined by my lovely cast of the show. Let's go around and have everybody introduce themselves and just a short little blurb about their character. Take it away, Mish.
So, my name is MishroomSoup. My pronouns are she, him. I am going to be playing Melkiel Dryur and he, him pronouns. He is a cleric for the god Idor, which is an old and kind of forgotten type of god of an animal husbandry and fertility and farming and all that good stuff.
I am TheSeshCast, he, him. I will be playing Hex Starchild, he, they. Really, Hex is a doppelganger who is looking for just that perfect form. He's looking for the right face of someone else to put onto himself and live out their life. Mainly looking for like a hero, someone of high stature. But yeah, he's just here to have a good time and take faces off.
Hi, I'm Werewolf. I use they, them pronouns. And this season, I'm playing Henrietta Alumax, spelled in Leet speak. It's very bad to look at. She is a Warforged from the second generation of Warforged built after a war on Toril. And she's very sociable, and she's kind of like a protocol droid for D&D. She is a celebutante in her own right.
Hi everyone, this is Goldmoon. She, her pronouns. I'm playing Gobloidus. He, him pronouns. And Gobloidus is a sewer goblin. He lives in the sewers under Waterdeep and loves to go exploring with his pet cranium rat named Wrinkle. He has a strong bond with him since he's pretty lonely in the sewers. You know, he doesn't see a lot of people around, so he loves his pet rat. And he's just up for a good time and adventure.
Excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and just dive into it. So we had kind of established during our preamble, during our session 0 stuff, that Henrietta, your family is big business, and they run some kind of establishment, some kind of inn, I believe.
Yeah, they run a chain of inns. There's one that is the headquarters, which is not in Waterdeep, and then there's like a branch here in Waterdeep that I kind of am in charge of.
Right, exactly. What's the name of that place? What's the name of the establishment?
I think that it's kind of very like Hilton and Marriott. It's just Alumax. Just the last name.
Perfect. I love it. So, and you're in charge of this.
Not like the books and stuff. Yeah, but I kind of do the program organizing at the inn.
Right. I mean, you're in charge, but not with like the capital I, right? Like,
yeah.
And so you're the first person that is alerted the morning of when some kind of device has been taken from the establishment. And so well, I'm curious, what do you think this device is? It should be somewhat magical in nature, and it should be valuable. I had an idea that maybe it was some kind of automated milk producing or cheese producing machine that Melkiel had collaborated on.
Mm-hmm.
But totally up to you.
That's a great question. What does a milk producing engine look like?
Right. I was also thinking about that too, right? Like,
let's see. Like, is it best to have it tied into one of the other characters?
I think that would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, let's say it's some kind of it's like a cheese press. Like once you have all the curds, it does the thing, and like you keep like making cheese, and you're like, this has got to be the last of the cheese, and there's more cheese when you open it. You know?
I love it. An ever pressing cheese press.
Kind of, yeah.
Amazing. So Henrietta, you receive an urgent sending. Help, boss Henrietta. The ever pressing cheese press has been taken. There's been a break-in. There's broken glass everywhere. It's like and the sending cuts off because they've run out of words.
Do I know who's sending me that?
Yeah, it's one of your peons, which you can name if you'd like.
I would love if his name was Marty.
Yeah, I love it. It's Marty, and he's excitable, Marty.
Marty, my love, I am certain that we will find the cheese press. I'll be down in a few minutes.
Yeah, you hear a little bit as you're kind of prepping. I'm not sure how a robot gets ready, what ablutions a robot needs to do in the morning, but as you're buffing, I don't.
Definitely. Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's definitely like a buffer kind of thing. Like real quick, just like buffing the face. Her really like her Warforged body is like white and copper, very shiny, and so definitely get a nice good clean buff on the face before heading downstairs.
Beautiful, yeah, and you see Marty is frantically scuffling about. It's pretty early. There are like the inn stays open like 24/7, right? Because people are always coming through. But and you see there are a few folks in the inn already, but Marty is quickly cleaning up the broken glass, and such as this is going on.
Definitely. Henrietta will spend a second up at the top of the stairs, kind of surveying the scene. And she looks over at Marty and she like messages him. She just like quick point of the finger and goes, Marty, calm down. Nothing will be solved by frantically flitting about. And she kind of gathers herself for a second and heads down the steps. Wonderful. Awful. Do I know of anyone who would want to steal our valuable, notable cheese machine for which we are known around town for our fresh cheeses?
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Because I think it's more of a question of who wouldn't want it, right?
Definitely.
Like
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a pretty notable machine, right? Like not many. This is and it's a unique device, right? That Melkiel had helped craft for you, right? So it's like I almost imagine too. It's like maybe it's been put on like a place of display at certain points, right? Because it's like oh look, it's so interesting.
Like in Texas, where I don't live, there are these like there's this one chain of restaurant that my family and I loves where they make like fresh tortillas and you can watch the machine like press the dough down and like send it to go get cooked or like fried.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite things. And I kind of imagine like that, like you like go and you can see cheese being made and then they cut it up and bring it out on a plate to you or like a charcuterie.
I love that. That's really good. Yeah, that's the exact vibe, right? And so it's been stolen from its section of like glassed in walls, so that way the cheese presser can be watched as they make the infinite cheese.
Definitely. This is a problem. I'm trying to remain calm and to be seen remaining calm. However, I am quite worried. Let's see. Lots of people would want to take this because I'm a fabulous businesswoman. I do think that I would want to try and get Melkiel's help because I think that this is a machine that Melkiel will care about. So it's like, I think that at the very least, they'll help me figuring out where it went.
Sure. Do we want to just say Melkiel walks through the door, having been given a sign early in the morning of some nature?
I love that actually. Just like there's something stirring in the air. Something is just amiss. Especially if Marty is kind of, freaking out. If Mel is kind of a frequent face, do you think like would it make sense for Marty to be like, "Oh my god, it's gone. Oh my god, it's gone. Oh my god."
Absolutely.
He's just having a rough one.
And I think I establish this, but I said I like this idea. Like when something horrible is happening, Henrietta will like message people. She very like there are lots of times where if something's kind of exploding, she's like, I'm gonna not speak out loud. But like in situations like this, it's like getting attention. She'll see Mel. What would be the short name you would prefer, Mish? Mel?
Yeah, Mel is fine.
I know that Melkiel prefers Melkiel Dryur, the higher vessel Melkiel
Yeah,
Dryur.
like the
But
whole title, just
yeah.
but he understands it. It's quite a mouthful, and especially having to work in urgent, sometimes in very urgent cases, like just call me Mel, or just call me there's no flattering way to just be like, call me higher vessel. I need to workshop that. I feel like I need to workshop that to something that kind of demonstrates what I mean, but isn't as
HVMD.
HVM. Yeah, thank you for catching on the MD. That's literally why I did it.
That's
You know, that is obnoxious. Call me MD. I
I
worked
love
for my
it.
doctorate.
Absolutely.
You're gonna call me doctor
Your
every
doctorate
time you
in
open your mouth.
pharmacology. Absolutely.
wow.
Doctor in poetry, and you're gonna call me every single time.
Yeah, coming down the stairs, she'll see Marty freaking out, and Henrietta will see Mel as well and say, MD, I would love to meet you over there in the corner. We need to discuss something.
So I've heard. And he's gonna kind of walk by. You're gonna give Marty a kind of soothing pat on the shoulder, like it's fine. Things will be okay. Calm down. And we'll meet Henrietta.
And then, like, at this point, drop the message of, like, so obviously there's a problem. I just received word from Marty of this. I'm assuming it just happened.
Well, if it's a recent theft, then that gives us a good window of time to try and find the ne'er-do-well.
Actually, let's go talk to Marty. I do see he's quite frazzled and it might cause a scene, but I assume he saw whoever did this.
All right, that sounds like a wonderful place to start.
And I'll kind of wave him over.
Sure, yeah. The glass has already been cleaned up at this point, even some of the bigger pieces. But at this point, Marty is kind of like he's still standing near where like the platform is with the cheese where the cheese press normally goes, but he's kind of just like he's still sweeping, but it's like he's sweeping the same spot over and over again. That's already very clean, but he's like looking around, like he looks like he's keeping an eye out. You know what I mean? Like he's on high alert. And his head whips over to you as you call his name, Henrietta. And he struts over. Yeah, boss.
Marty, hello, hi, good morning. What do you know?
Well, I don't know, boss. I'm not sure. When I came in, it seems like it happened during shift change, because there weren't a lot of people here, and they must have been watching us because that happened when we were switching out.
Definitely.
I was getting the handoff of the keys from Jewel, the person who runs the night shift, and
Yeah.
and then I heard that loud clatter, loud smash, and I ran out of here as fast as I could, but it's too late.
Certainly.
There were some other patrons in here at the time, but they've it's been actually there's a couple of here that are still around, and Marty will gesture to a couple of booths.
Certainly. Lovely. Well, I think that our best bet might be to go talk to one of them. Certainly. Thank you, Marty. Could we go approach one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. Do we want to just say in this moment this is Hex sitting at a table?
Yeah, sure.
Pardon me. I would first like to thank you for frequenting our beloved establishment. And I was also wondering, were you here when the theft occurred this morning?
Now, was I here when the theft occurred this morning?
Yeah, Hex, you would have seen, like when Marty said, during that crossover time when the bartenders were switching off, a couple of folks like rushed in from the door, smashed the glass front of the cheese press, grabbed it, and ran off with it. They were wearing like black outfits with leather padding. They were thin, rakish figures, but they were pretty quick and pretty nimble. It looked like they were operating like under a plan.
Hex will start to explain that to you, but as he's explaining that to you and describing what they look like, he transforms himself to look like exactly what they were dressed and looked like at the time. Yeah, look like this guy. Did they say anything at all?
They just said, "I got it," when the person grabbed the cheese press.
I'll mimic I got it like that.
Certainly. Does this person look at all familiar?
Now they're wearing like a full face mask and hood. Just the eyes are piercing through, but they're just normal brown eyes. They're nothing particular.
Awful. Thank you so much. Sorry. What you did was very helpful. Unfortunately, you are quite well disguised, and I assume were just as disguised.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And Hex goes back to his normal form.
Do we know it's Hex?
Yeah, he's wearing that mask he always wears.
Oh, okay, definitely. Hex, I am glad that you were here when they were going. However, we seem to be still mired in this. Did you see which way they went?
I would just like point out the way they broke out, I guess.
Yeah, they came out the same way they came in through the front door.
Yeah, I just point to the front door.
I guess, did they shrink it?
Did they? Was it?
I guess how big is the cheese press?
I'm imagining it's fairly large.
I guess we didn't really discuss how big the
Yeah.
cheese press
I
is.
Let's see. And looking at, it would be a countertop thing. So
It could be a counter. Yeah, I was thinking like mozzarella presses, but like this could be a countertop cheese press
yeah,
for sure.
especially since it's enchanted, I think it's
Yeah.
probably a mechanism that sits on like a block of wood, so
Yeah.
people can get a good view of the sides and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you will have allowed me to have read one of their minds, Hex would have cast Enlarge Reduce on it for him.
That's hilarious. But I'm gonna say that it was too fast for you to have done that, to have gleaned what their intention was, because this happened very quickly. That being said, go ahead and make me just a straight history check. As well, Henrietta and Melkiel, go ahead and make me investigation checks as y'all are looking around the scene of the crime.
Alrighty. Or history?
Tasty. Dirty 20.
No, history just for Hex.
A 9.
Yeah, Hex, it happened just a little too quickly for you to be able to glean any information off their brains.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think I may know a guy who may have seen a little more than I have.
Henrietta, with the 20 investigation, you see that the robbers, they mucked in a very fine layer of muck with them as they tramped through. And while it's like, as it makes its way back out to the door, it gets mixed with the mud of the street. But you recognize that the mud is definitely clearly from the sewer system of Waterdeep.
Definitely. And I don't see Gobloidus here.
No, I think he would still be in the sewers.
Definitely. I don't think that he would steal from me, but there is someone that might have more information.
That's some stinky brown goop over there.
Definitely. I think that our mutual friend might know someone or maybe some details. Um, I I have to say though, not personally very well acquainted with the sewers. Hex, have you ever visited Gobloidus down in the sewers?
Oh, we hang out in the sewers all the time.
Wonderful.
There's actually you can find a lot of cool stuff in the sewers. Where do you think I found this suit?
It's a lovely suit.
He's wearing very fine clothing right now.
Definitely. Well, lead the way. I think that he is probably our best bet in finding out who did this.
All right, I need someone strong to lift the manhole covers.
That will not be me. I have a -1.
I have a 0, but Mel he'll give it the old college try. Guidance.
With the power of faith.
Grant me the strength to go into this filthy, terrible sewer.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and make me an athletics check with the D4 addition from the guidance.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
This manhole is greased and slides easily open under your touch, Melkiel, and you find your way into the sewers. Let's go ahead. We'll just smash cut into Gobloidus' house. Gobloidus, what does your lair? What does your lair look like in the sewers?
My lair is an offshoot of the sewers, a couple of rooms together, and I live there with Wrinkle. Of course, there's just trash strewn everywhere, whatever I've found that day, scouting around in the sewers. And yeah, just basically a lot of piles of trash, and sewer gunk, stuff dripping from the ceiling. And it's very comfortable.
Nice. I'm picturing it's quite humid in there too.
Yes, it is.
Amazing. Yeah. Gobloidus, you're doing your daily routine of an afternoon garbage bath with the fresh garbage that you get fresh from the dumpsters. When you hear knock 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 on your front plank, because it's not a door.
What is that? Is that you, Wrinkle? What's going on out there? What's the dang racket? I'll get out of the bath and go to the plank and look through a crack. Say, who is it?
Gobloidus, hello, good morning. Yes, it appears that someone from your neck of the woods has absconded with my cheese press. Do you know anyone who might have done that?
Did what with your cheese press? They absorbed it?
Absconded. It means run away with.
Oh, they stole it.
Yes.
I gotcha. Gotta catch the guy red-handed. Yeah, I gotcha. Sneaky Susan. Oh, yeah. Sorry, what's going on?
Smash and grab, as I've heard it said. Whoever stole it was from the sewers. So trying to find it.
Okay, a mystery. Yeah. What makes you think they were from the sewer?
Saw muck on the floor that looked very reminiscent of the sort of thing I see trailing behind you. Not to accuse you of having done it, to be very clear. It's just a matter of I thought you might have some inner knowledge about other people here in the sewers.
Yeah, let's take a look at this muck. You bring any with you, or what?
We can wait until you're decent.
What? Decent? I'm always indecent. So you'll be waiting a while.
Certainly. Well, if you do know any others who live down here in the sewers with you or something like that, it would be of great help.
Oh, there's many a kind in these sewers, for sure. You know where to look. If I had a piece of that muck, I could track him down here, probably. I know where all the mucks come from, where they mix with what on the way, what kind of juices get in there. I could track them.
Well, it's a good thing I brought some of that muck. I scooped it a little bit up because I didn't know what it was.
Hex! Yeah! Good to see you. Of course you would do that. You know what to do. Hey, take a
Yeah.
look at that.
Can I come in? Can I go sit on that comfy couch of yours?
Yeah! The pile of leaves and mold? Heck
Yeah.
yeah!
Oh yeah. Hex goes and like he shrinks himself to look like a goblin, and then jumps in and hops into the thing. It's like it's so comfortable.
Looking good wearing that trash suit you found down here.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Amazing. Gobloidus, as you take the chunk of muck from from your friend Hex as he settles down onto your mold couch, go ahead and make me a survival check at it with advantage, because Wrinkle is gonna pop up under your shoulder and give it a sniff too. 13. You know this smell pretty well. It's got the general sewer funk to it, but you would say that there's a certain odor to it, a little fishiness that you recognize that emanates from the wharf section of the sewers. And you have a pretty good idea of where this certain muck, what section of the sewer would have emanated from.
Ah, absolutely. Absorbament, abscond. I know where this is from. It's by the wharf. That fishy smell, I'd know it anywhere. It's this way.
Gobloidus heads off into the sewer.
I just got comfortable. Are we just running after Gobloidus, or I mean, we could stay. The couch is comfortable.
Oh yeah, I was under the assumption that we were following. He said follow me.
Oh, he did. Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, we'll start going after Gobloidus.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all head after Gobloidus as he makes a beeline into the sewers. The sewer system is kind of cramped down into like a 5 by 5 foot tunnel as y'all are making your way through ankle deep sludge. You see there are a couple offshoots heading into various rooms, as well as this kind of larger path that you're on. It takes you into like a semicircular kind of junction that heads off in a myriad of different directions. Everybody go ahead and make me perception checks. Nice, yeah. As y'all are progressing down this chamber, down this sewer tunnel, Gobloidus, you're in your element with a natural 20 perception check. You know this sewer like the back of your hand. Maybe not this explicit section of it, which is why you're a little surprised to find that this wall right here, to as you move up to this kind of semicircular area, you find that this wall to your right is actually a secret wall, and you could open it potentially if you twisted the hand.
Oh, what's this then? Twisty.
Yeah, doing so, it opens into what appears to be a small closet with a shut door.
Well, wonderful. After you, I guess.
All right, I'm just gonna open this door. Just standard, typical. Yeah, I'm not off the path or anything.
Oh, Gobloidus, before you open, just to be safe, could you check to make sure that there's no tomfoolery or chicanery about?
Oh, of course. Gobloidus will like wave his hand about as if he's doing something magical, and he's really not.
Yeah, go on and make me an investigation check.
I love him for that.
An 11? Yeah, you're kind of like going through the motions, doing something mystical. But you do notice in this moment, you see that with the dark vision, but in like with the light that I guess like let me ask, anybody has a torch right now?
Gobloidus says dark vision.
I also have dark vision.
Oh well, God! If everybody has dark vision, then never mind.
I think I might not. I don't think I do.
I don't think Warforges do.
Yeah. I get like good sleeping stuff, but I can't really see in the dark.
Okay, well then, light.
Yeah, you have the spell light?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the glowing light from Melkiel's orb of light reflects off of a strand that is across the doorway. You recognize that if you had opened the door, it would have set off.
Oh, whoopsies! Let me just take care of that.
Yeah, go ahead and make a thieves tools check.
I'll give you a little help. I'll be like, let me give you a little help, a tap on the shoulder.
Nice. Are you casting guidance?
I feel like I'm actually giving you a bardic inspiration.
And that's a D6, right?
Yes.
19. Nice. Yeah, you, Gobloidus, you recognize that there's a lot of tension in this string. And if you snip it, then it will set the trap off. But you figure out a way to snip it in such a way that it continues the tension and you tie it off, preventing the trap from being able to function. And you open the door. As you do so, go ahead and make me just a stealth check, Gobloidus. 16. As you open the door, you see a suit of armor standing at the bottom of a stairwell. You also see another doorway to your left, and you also see it. The stairwell opens into a small room down below, about 20 feet by 20 feet.
There's somebody in here. Maybe we should turn around. Closes door.
Wait. Let me get a good look at him.
Go for it.
All right. I want to. Ooh, how far is he if I step up?
He's not very far. He's right at the bottom.
Okay. I want to cast Detect Thoughts on him. Just what are his surface thoughts right now? If it has the surface thoughts.
He has none.
Oh, okay. All right. What if I try to go deeper into its brain?
You find as you plunge deeper, there is nothing. It's a construct.
Oh, okay. It's a robot.
Well, to a certain extent, yes.
I'll say as you're kind of like Hex, as you're looking down into the room, you do also notice like some familiar trappings. They're definitely like this place appears to be at least a little bit lived in as well.
Oh. Honestly, I think we could just kind of kick this thing over. It's not a person. It's just like a construct.
I wouldn't recommend kicking it per se. It just as the door was trapped, it could be armed with something as well should we interfere with it, but we may not have a choice but to lay it to the side or perhaps see if we can is there any type of marking on the suit of armor? I know Mel's not there, but like
Looking at the suit, the light is kind of shining in. It's a little difficult to see it, but you do see that it does appear to be kind of ramshackle, right? Like it looks like it has been made out of bits and pieces.
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, it looks like a crappy piece of soup.
It's at the bottom of the stairs. If we wanted to try and get past it, would I be able to jump from the stairs over it, or is the ceiling too low?
Sure. Yeah, the ceiling's high enough that you could do that.
Certainly. If push comes to shove and we do want to go through there, I might try and go over it first.
Okay. Well, I can't jump that high, so
Me neither.
It's probably one of my best features, is I'm very good at jumping.
he makes way for you.
Yep, I'm gonna get on up. And I will try and clear this thing.
Hell yeah, make me an acrobatics check.
Cool. Oh, a 13?
Oh,
13,
no.
yeah. You have the height advantage as well as the running lead up to it. You're more than able to clear the 6 foot tall or so suit of armor.
She kind of dives through and does a somersault on the other side and is in the room.
Yeah, you land in this room. It's a little funny. You end up right next to what appears to be a small fire pit. Scattered throughout the room, you also see a few small cots and like a couple of sleeping bags set up.
Has it done anything?
Yeah, as you leap over it, it kind of sits upright and its eyes glow red. Everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
Active construct. Active construct.
Okay, the animated armor is going to go first. It is not going to move anywhere. It's just going to start attacking you, Henrietta.
Cool.
It is going to make 2 slam attacks against you. 16 for the first one.
The first one will hit. Can you see my AC? I did update it on my token.
I can. Great.
Okay.
So the first one will hit you for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. As you do so, you hear the door begin to shake and buckle on the right side over here. That is going to make it your turn, Hex. Hex, you hear the robot exerting in the other room against your friendly robot.
Okay. I will move up and I will try to cast Fairy Fire on it. So it needs to make a dex save of 16.
So I will say it's a 20-foot cube. I'm not sure if there's any place that you can cast it that's not going to catch Henrietta or yourself in this.
I think it's okay if I get hit.
Okay.
We're fine.
Okay. So go ahead and make Henrietta. Go ahead and make a what is it? Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Dexterity, and I'll put it so it's without a not on
It's
me.
okay. I got a 24.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, you're good. 24 killed it. The animated armor did not. It begins to glow with what does it look as Hex cast?
This is a nice blue hue, that nice outline for you. It's highlighting vital points on it for you to hit.
Nice, yeah, and this kind of just emanates out of Hex.
Yeah. It kind of leaps out of his fingers as a small little flame pops onto him and kind of glows around him.
I love it. Excellent, yeah, and the animated armor begins to glow with this blue ethereal flame, which makes it your turn, Henrietta. You do see it highlighting its weak spots, the joints in its armor, places where it's been repaired, glow with this blue flame.
She is going to take out her sickle, and she's going to do an attack on him or it. A 21 to hit.
That totally hits. Go and roll damage.
For 4 damage.
Oh, it would also be an advantage, so you can make that first attack again, see if you crit.
Oh, cool. I don't. It's another 24 to hit, or actually higher this time, but still 24. So that was 4 damage, and then here's what I'm going to do. Going to Step of the Wind, hop away from this man. Can I do some kind of check to see if I can hear what's on the other side of the door? If it sounds like a bad time?
Would the Step of the Wind be a bonus action?
Yes.
Then I'll say you can use your passive. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 14.
You hear similar sounds to the emanating from the opposite side of the door that you hear coming from the animated armor that you're fighting.
Oh, bad. Wonderful. Okay. And then I'll step over here.
Perfect. Already amazing. And that is going to make it Gobloidus' turn.
All right, Bloidus shuffles over, comes down the stairs, and whoopah! Rapier.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. A 21 will hit. Very nice. Go ahead and roll damage. And you've got your sneak attack for 11. Nice. Right, because you're playing, you're doing Swashbuckler, right, Gobloidus?
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah. And with the blue glowing flame guiding your blade, your rapier is able to find a weak spot and take advantage of it, dealing that 11.
Sit down, suit. You're in the way.
Amazing. Anything else?
Yeah, bonus action. He's going to disengage.
Very nice. And you're going to move back again. Perfect. All right. Excellent. That is going to make it Higher Vessel Melkiel's turn.
Let's see. He is not a fan of not being able to see everybody. And also, this is a 5-foot space, so we can't move through each other anyway, correct?
Oh, you can move through allies' 5-foot spaces.
Oh, okay. Well,
Normally, you can't really move through enemy terrain, but if you have height advantage and leaping and stuff like that with checks, you can do so.
Okay. I'm just going to do I'm just going to do Misty Step because you can go through objects, correct? As long as it's 30 feet or
Yes, as long as you have sight lines. Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could like theoretically move up here, and then you could Misty Step 30 feet from there into the room if that's what you're thinking of doing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So Mel is going to move up. Oops, I'm still in my ruler mode. He's going to move up here and squeeze around everybody. That's 25. And before he Misty steps, he's going to inflict wounds. So just boop, tap it.
I will say, so before you do that though, I will say,
Oops, sorry.
oh no, you're all good. I will say if you inflict wounds, you won't be able to Misty Step because you can only use, if you use a bonus action to cast a spell, you can only cast cantrips for the rest of your turn.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. I'm just gonna have to make it hurt then. So I have advantage, so I can roll again.
Yeah.
Okay. Hand-to-hand combat is not his best. That's 22 to hit.
22 will do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. Let me move this out of the way and roll that beautiful bean footage. 21 necrotic
Holy
damage.
shit, 21 points of necrotic damage. Describe your kill.
Okay. So Melkiel kind of maneuvers his way around everyone, and first he's going to attempt to slide his hand over the construct, but it dodges him, and when it does dodge, he uses his other hand to put 5 fingers directly on its chest, and rust starts to spiderweb over the surface of the metal, corrupting it, and it turns almost to powder whenever the spell works its way through it.
I love it. Yeah, almost like calcifying it and then just absolutely dusting it as it just falls to pieces, and then just motes of dust on the ground. Beautiful. Is that anything else from Melk?
Only cantrips? Then no.
Perfect. That is going to make it the top of the round. The animated armor busts in through the door, breaking it down for going after Henrietta as she's closest with 2 Islam attacks.
Okay. Shield. Do I have to do that before things happen?
No, I think you can do that as it's occurring.
Well, I just don't know if I have to do it when I'm hit, so I could wait until you roll. Well, I think I'll do it on this one. So the first one misses.
Okay, great.
Well, actually, just kidding. I lied. The second one's still going to hit either way if I don't. And the first one's not going to hit, so I'm not going to shield. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're all good. Yeah, you're able to dodge out of the way of the first blow, but it's setting you up for a second, and his fist just comes down on you, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. There's the area that he busted through. But that's it for the animated armor. That makes it Hex's turn.
Oh, okay. I am going to let's cast Bane on him at a 2nd level. No, just a first, because there's only one of them, right?
True. He gets a -1 on his charisma save, so
Nice. Then let's do a D4. Let's see. 2. He's gonna subtract 2 on his next saving throw.
all right, awesome. Anything else for Hex?
No, that'll be all.
Perfect. That is going to make it Henrietta's turn.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. There's a new guy in town. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to do another sickle attack, I think. So that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely it's going to roll damage.
7 damage. And then I'm going to bonus action Flurry of Blows. A 21 to hit and a 9 to hit.
The 21 definitely hits.
So another 7 damage.
Nice. He's not bloodied just yet, but he looks pretty hurt.
Cool. And then that'll be my turn.
Perfect. That is going to make it your turn, Gobloidus.
Yeah. Gobloidus. Gobloidus gonna get this guy. Takes out his rapier, strikes again.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll it. 26 is definitely going to do it. Go ahead and roll damage plus sneak attack. Oh, wow. Holy shit. 22 total points of damage, 10 points of sneak, and 12 points of piercing. Gobloidus, go ahead and describe your kill.
Hell yeah.
I told you to sit down! Just keep stabbing him with the rapier, even though he's already gone.
Yeah, the light has long faded from the from the animated armor's eyes as Gobloidus just keeps stabbing it with his rapier. Amazing. With that, you are all out of combat as the sewer falls silent once more.
Hey, who are you? If you don't mind me asking, can you see me? Somebody else is here.
Someone else is here?
Someone other than us?
What? You there that's helping us. Who are you? This is directed towards Melkiel.
Oh,
Oh.
because and here's the thing. I'm just doing this for flavor. Now that they're out of combat, he was going to walk past Gobloidus to go and heal Henrietta, but after noticing that he's being spoken to, he's like, "Oh, you can call me. My name is Melkiel. I'm a higher vessel for the Godador. You can refer to me as MD or Mel, whichever suits you best." And he's going to cast Cure Wounds. Roll that beautiful bean footage. That's a 1. That's not helpful at all. Have 4 points of healing, bestie.
What does it look like as you heal heal Henrietta Melkiel? Does it look like you produce like a piece of cheese, or what do you think?
It's actually so there's a flow of energy down his arms, and he's very pale. He's an albino Eladrin elf, and he's technically in spring, but no one knows that. They think he's always in winter. But it's a creamy white flow of light energy that leaves his fingertips as he drags it over certain scratches or bleeding. Does Henrietta bleed? Or is it
Oil?
oil, maybe? But just kind of, lightly stitching those up. And it smells like fresh cream. It's a very clean smell, but it's also, if you don't like milk, then poo poo for you.
Oh, that smells fresh. I like the moldy stuff.
Are you sweating blood? I mean, not blood, milk right now. That's the visual. I was muted. I realized I was trying to talk to you guys and I was fully muted.
Oh, it's not sweating. It's just it's a light energy. It's a thick enough mist that looks like it just goes into light as if he heals
Gotcha.
you with it.
Yeah, I think Henrietta's oil is like it glows the same blue as her eyes when she's talking. Like it's that color of like there's definitely something coming out of her. But it's not like blood or like black oil, I think.
Okay.
But thank you. I appreciate any help you'll give me.
This is just a patch. I'll heal you more whenever we complete our objective.
Could I try and check out this room to the left side?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, the door. Did you try the door?
Yeah.
The door opens with no problem. It leads into a kind of like smaller little room. This one is single furnished though. It's a little bit nicer than this shared living space out here.
Definitely. Well, not much help there, although I assume it just means that whoever normally stays in there is up and at 'em with the rest of us.
Gobloidus will go into the room and sniff around, stuff his face into the hay, try to see if it's fresh.
Sure, go on and make me an investigation check, Gobloidus. Wow, natural 20. With the 24 investigation check, you confirm that this is fresh. It looks like people have been living in this space at least as recently as the past day, right? You see recent signs of habitation. You also, I think, with the 24 investigation, you can tell that the muck from Henrietta's establishment came from this lair.
Hey, I knew it. The muck. The muck is here. This is fresh muck. This is what we're looking for. The culprit must have went this way.
And whoever they are, they really like suits of armor.
Oh, I'm Gobloidus, by the way. You can call me Bloidus. And Gobloidus will reach out a dirty hand with take like a dirty tissue out of his pocket and hand it to Mel. Pleased to meet you. Have some trash. It's a gift.
Mel very much kind of does the finger claw thing with just a dainty thumb and forefinger, but he will accept it and give Gobloidus a smile, be like, "Thank you, I do appreciate that." He's gonna find a pocket to put it in.
That's his special eating napkin.
Oh, I'm honored.
Yeah. It's highly soiled.
Highly soiled.
Listen,
Very valuable. All the bits and turds and bone juice.
I imagine it took you quite a while to get it to this state. He's going to use one finger and just kind of stuff it in a small pocket.
It smells really bad.
Oh, yes. Of course. He does his best not to judge, but gosh, people make it hard. Can we go into the right room, or have we gone there yet, or can we go up?
Yeah, the animated armor kind of busted the door off its hinges, and as y'all venture into this room, you see it opens up into a kind of larger hallway. To the south, you see on the minimap there is a small throne there, but in actuality, there is a small table there that has some documents on it. There are also a few cells on the right side as well, but they appear to be empty. And you see there's also a stairwell leading down to the north, and as well as a kind of a small outlet to the northeast.
Okay. What about here? Did we look here yet?
No,
Okay. I wanna check that out first. But these cells are for sure empty. Like are the doors open or are they closed?
they're open, and peeking in, they appear to just be rudimentary cells. And if
Okay.
you were to pop this northern door open, you would see it's much the same as the room to the left of the sleeping room. It's kind of a little private sleeping area.
Gotcha.
Definitely. Would you say the same if we went back to this northwestern hallway? Is there another
Oh, right.
cell?
If you open this is actually a small lookout room. You see that there are small openings in the walls that are almost like arrow slits that if
Definitely.
somebody were to defend, you could fire arrows through inside.
Definitely something that we might want to look out for. Is there is that something we could do a check on when we come into rooms or like hallways as part of an investigation or something?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that will be. I'll say that when you're doing investigation now, you'll know what to look for sure.
Okay, cool. I would say onwards and upwards, but I don't think that we're that lucky. So forwards and further down.
Yeah, Gobloidus would be on the signs of lookout for the muck. He's gonna come out here and do a little check.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a perception check, Gobloidus. What's everybody else doing as Gobloidus is taking a look around?
Mel wants to go to the table and read these documents.
Hex will join you.
Hell yeah.
I would love to help. Or I mean, you got the 19 already, but just narratively, I think I'm helping Gobloidus look for muck.
Sure. Go ahead and make me another perception check, Henrietta, as you're assisting. 5. Okay.
A nat 1 for a 5.
Natural 1. A 5 total. Gobloidus you see that there are the muck trails down from the sewer, as well as kind of this section over here, over to the right. And looking, you see that it kind of ends in a little bit of a storage room over on this right side. And you see the muck kind of goes into one of the, with the 19, you see it kind of like it trails into this northernmost wall right here. And Henrietta, as you're looking around, you look kind of into the cells. Well, at first glance, they may have you may have thought they were for human habitation. Looking at them, you can clearly tell that these are for animals of some nature. You're not sure what kind, but you see like some bones and such in these small cells. Melkiel and Hex, as y'all are going over and looking at the table, you see there is a very it's there's a few documents that are kind of like just in it almost looks like bookkeeping in regards to like almost like maybe like a small thieves guild or something like that. It's a you see there's like some expenses that as you're looking through it that don't really make a lot of sense. They're pretty poorly tracked, but I think Hex, the thing that you notice sitting on a stack of papers, on a stack of parchment, is a special ornate looking letter that's open.
Ooh. I will read this letter.
Yeah, cracking it open, it's on like a bright purple parchment paper, and it is an intricate and fancy invitation to the Bazaar Bazaar.
Aha. Okay. I pocket it. Do I know of any thieves guilds around? Hex does like to lie to people and say he's like a master thief.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a history check. And Melkiel, as you're going through the papers, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Nat 20.
At 20.
11.
I'm gonna say so. Melkiel, as you're going through this documentation, you find kind of hidden under a folio, kind of at the back. It looks like it's kind of almost been forgotten about. You find sketches of a logo of a design, which appears to be that of a almost like a flying snake, but it's strangely eclipsing what appears to be like a reptilian style head, like almost like a large reptile style head, like a raptor or a tyrannosaur, something like that. And as you're kind of looking at that, Melkiel, as you've kind of pulled this sketch out, Hex, you see it and you recognize the general shape of the Zentarum, which is that of the flying snake. But you also do know that the Zentarum are a very multifaceted organization, and some of the Zentarum don't like each other even. They're kind of they operate under a similar banner and similar scope of they're usually rogues or thieves or something of that nature. The explicit history is unknown to you, but you do know that there are a lot of these different groups operating under the Zentarum banner in general.
I see. So it looks like the Zentarum really wanted your cheese maker. Understandable. I'd do the same.
I suppose.
But for what purpose? Just sell?
You said there was like a fancy invitation?
Yes, to the Bazaar.
I'm certain it would fetch a certain price, I suppose.
Yeah, and Henrietta, you know the Bazaar, as you are a shop person. It is a legendary marketplace that is invite only and travels around to different places, different cities along the Sword Coast, and even other places. And it is a pretty legendary thing. In order for you to even get into it, you need to have an invitation.
Which
Can we take that
got.
invitation?
Yeah, we already doing it.
Okay. Do you want to put that in your inventory? Or should I?
I got it.
Okay. Lovely. Can't believe it's taken me this long to get an invitation. And if this is what has to be done, then fine. But I think we should keep going.
Gobloidus will come back around the corner and say, yeah, the muck, it's this way. Found it.
Oh.
Wait, this is a wall? He's gonna investigate the wall.
Yeah, go in and make me an investigation check at advantage. I assume Henrietta's helping.
Yeah, I would help with this.
17. Yeah, I'm gonna say you recognize a similar design as before in the hidden wall, and you know the exact brick to press, and it slides open into a underground passage, which leads to another secret wall, which is ajar, leading into a small cellar.
Check for traps, please.
Sure, go ahead and make me a perception, or make me an investigation. 22. The passageway appears to be untrapped, and as you make your way through the 20 or so some odd feet and out into the cellar, you hear the bustling of Waterdeep streets above you, and you feel like you're kind of out of the sewer a little bit of this. And the muck heads through that hidden passage, through the door to the north, and out.
Oh, this is the way out of the sewer here.
Oh, lovely.
And I'll also say something that you would have noticed as well, Henrietta, with that natural one, even with the 5, it would have been pretty obvious that with the gates open of the cells, it would have been obvious that there would have been some of the cell stuff at the bottom, right? Like some of the gunk and the muck. It had been treaded out and tracked out by whatever creature was in there in following this pathway that y'all are taking.
Definitely. Interesting. Okay. So I think we can assume that whoever we're looking for still has the animals with them.
Oh, yeah. Big animal smell. Smells so good.
We'll find them that way, I suppose.
All right, yeah, and heading up the stairs, you find yourselves back out on the streets of Waterdeep, heading out into the unknown with a couple of new leads. What do you do next, y'all?
Has the muck disappeared at this point?
The muck heads out of up the stairwell and out into the thoroughfare proper. You could attempt to see if you can follow the muck if you'd like.
Yeah. Gobloidus will try to track the muck or the animals.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and make me a survival check as you're attempting that. What's the rest of the party doing?
If Gobloidus, sorry, doesn't find a good thing, Mel's gonna try to do locate object, but I'll hold off on that.
I guess I'm going to go up to someone in the area and see if they have seen a group passing through with some livestock.
You're just like approaching a random person on the street.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just before we even get into roleplay, just make me a straight persuasion roll to see how well this will go.
You would think she's better at persuasion than she is, but that's a 6.
Can Mel help?
Sure, yeah, you can give the help action.
Okay. Well, that's a 7.
Yeah. You and Melkiel, y'all been tracking through the sewers a little bit today. You're not in optimal people talking state. The smell emanating off you is making it a little tricky.
I think Hex is thinking, where would criminals go if they were trying to leave here and get to the bazaar?
I would say that on the letter it does state where the entrance to the bazaar is in Waterdeep.
Okay. What would be like the fastest way there?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You would know, like you're a native of Waterdeep, so like knowing, the city pretty well and you could chart a route there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait for them to talk and then I'll be like, whenever you guys are ready, we can go to the bazaar.
Oh, yes. Isn't that out by the wharf?
We just came from the wharf, didn't we? Weren't we in the sewer lines for the wharf?
You were in the wharf sewer lines. I don't think I had explicitly said where the entrance was. I'm gonna say it's in the upper part of the city, the northern kind of upper scale area.
Oh, it's up in the fancy area?
Oh, never mind. I wouldn't be familiar with that.
I think I know a guy who may be able to get us some passage where we need to go in the fancy area. If you guys, when you guys are done talking there, I know a guy.
Yeah, and Gobloidus with the 18 survival, you can make out the tracks well enough. Even with the other horse tracks, you're able to make out some livestock footprints that are kind of particular. You can't place the beast itself, but it definitely doesn't look like your standard equine or porcine creature of origin. And you do see the tracks head in the northern direction of the city.
All right, I see some tracks here. It smells like animals. Yeah, it's to the north. And Blood is like just kind of rubs his face in the dirt a little bit with a smile.
Certainly. I Hex, I know you mentioned someone. Do you think you know a fishmonger or someone up there?
I know kind of a fancy guy who hangs up out there all the time. He can get us where we need to be.
Fancy guy, most certainly. Yeah, let's go. Let's hop.
Awesome. Yeah, you all head off in the northern direction of the city. Hex at the charge, kind of following the general direction of the prince. It sounds like
Yeah.
you follow the prince as far as you can, but eventually they just become so degraded that you're unable to tell it further. But with Hex leading, knowing where the bazaar is, y'all are able to make it to that section of the city, no problem. Is there a moment while they're walking that Hex disappears and his friend joins them instead?
No, not yet. Hex will take us into the bazaar, and there is going to be like a super small little like box cart, like just like it's like a big old box with like little fidge pulse that says trade stuff here on the top. And it has like a little raggedy curtain in front. He's like, let me go wake up the guy. He's probably asleep. And then Hex walks behind the curtain, and then it drops down.
So real quick before we dive into that scene, because I love that, I want to get to that point. But as so Hex, you're leading the crew into where the location of the bazaar is, and as you make your way forward, you find that you follow it to a section of the city that you're not super intimately familiar with, but you know the lay of the land well enough. But you recognize that the buildings around this area are too small to contain something as big as the bazaar would be. But you follow the directions on the letter to the T, and before long, you find yourself standing at the end of an alleyway in front of a door with a large flesh golem standing guard, its arms crossed.
I look at him. I go, all right, everyone, play it cool. We're supposed to be here.
I mean, certainly. We have an invitation, don't we?
That is true.
Bloidus flicks his collar up, thinking he's looking fancy.
Hex is going to walk up to the golem with the invitation out.
Perfect. Yeah, the golem, funnily enough, is missing its head. It's just the body. It's just the body of a man with no neck on it, but its kind of torso kind of looks down at you, and then like you see it kind of like angle its body again a little lower, like it's almost like looking at the letter, and it flashes you a thumbs up, and it stands to the side. At which point the door opens, and there's almost like a little bit of a kind of noise as air is sucked a little bit from the alleyway into this gap of space, and you see out beyond the door the bazaar stretching off. But as you all shuffle through the doorway, as you step your way through and breathe in the new air, it's like a little almost stale in this place, and you feel like, you know, it's that very surreal moment of like when you're walking down or up a stairwell in the darkness and you don't know when that next step is. You kind of tumble in through this gateway, and as you do so, there is this moment where, expecting to be inside, you look up and you realize that you are looking at the world. You're looking at the planet of Toril, and you are in space right now on the moon, looking down at the planet, with the bazaar stretching out on top of it.
Oh. Um, breathtaking. Is it just like the floor is like glass, like one of those like water boat tour things?
It's more like looking up. There's like a big dome.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, got it.
We're on like a moon base kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It certainly lives up to all the rumors I've heard about it.
I'm dizzy.
Are there booths?
Yeah, and as you look out, there are many booths littered throughout, all displaying a wild menagerie of things, items, creatures, foods. There's all kinds of smells and sounds occurring in the bazaar. Everybody, go ahead and make me perception check. Everybody is kind of overwhelmed by these sights, sounds, and smells as you step through this teleport, this gate. Hex, Gobloidus, you're kind of taken in by the sights of this place. It's a pretty astounding place, and y'all are shocked for or floored for just a moment. But Melkiel and Henrietta, y'all are on the ball, and you see about like several hundred feet away, a couple hundred feet, you see the silhouette of a few figures in dark clothes herding some large reptilian creatures through the market. They're about 300 feet away from you, but the reptilian creatures are quite tall, making them stick out a little bit.
Look at those dirty creatures. They came from the sewer.
Mel would want to tail them because it would seem they're the only ones that have livestock of this sort. That's kind of it reminds Mel of the symbol that he saw on that parchment. So does anybody it would be fair to say that they're the only people here with these creatures, correct?
In this moment, there are actually other like reptilian creatures, but you do make that connection that on the sketch that you saw, it does look like note for note like it's a silhouette of the reptilian creatures they're hauling themselves.
And I mean, earlier Hex looked like one of the guys. Are they like wearing the same cloaks maybe?
Yes.
Definitely. I definitely want to get closer as well. I think I might spend a key point so I can get 120 feet on this turn closer.
The crowd is pretty dense in the bazaar, so it would be difficult terrain. So you would only be able to get half that distance.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it sounds like y'all are making beating feet and making pursuit.
Yeah.
Not wanting to make a scene just yet, but wanting to keep an eye on them, keep just tail them a little bit.
I feel like Hex is behind. Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah. So with the crew tailing the cheese press robbers, y'all attempting to maintain a distance from them while also keeping them in eyesight and pushing through the crowd. It's a little tricky, but you're able to do so. It's pretty evident that they are heading towards a section of the bazaar which appears to be a racetrack, a betting field, and you see them kind of go along the side of the track and enter into the place where the jockeys would be. All the while y'all are walking, people are hawking their wares, like all kinds of weird things, anything from drinks and foods that make you feel different things, all kinds of strange and odd enchanted items, all kinds of wacky stuff.
And you see like a guy with a curly mustache at the other end going, "Sell stuff here." And you notice Hex is not behind you anymore.
Oh, the friend from the market was Hex. I should have expected that. Okay.
You can trade stuff here if you like.
Definitely. I would like to keep pushing ahead through the crowd. I don't know if we need to do this like stealthily or what you're thinking, Timbo, but I want to go after the peeps still.
You can do you do so stealthily? Up to you.
Yes.
How far away are they?
Y'all have managed to catch up to them a little bit, but they're still a couple hundred feet from y'all, and we'll say at the point where they're going into the area with their mounted creatures, you're about 100 feet off from the entrance from the entrance that they used into this racetrack.
Dang. I can't read any minds until I'm 30 feet away.
And they're going to a racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
God, I really don't want to blow a spell slot if they're just Going to put the cheese press up for Hawk.
Gobloidus, as he's sneaking along in the market, he slyly tries to grab a moldy cheese.
Just from like a stall.
Yeah, like out of the trash.
Sure. Yeah. There's a big old hunk of nasty cheese, which Gobloidus steals, but really just recycles out of the trash.
No one will suspect this is so valuable.
I love them. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do locate object on my cheese press, and as long as it's within 1,000 feet, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense that it's in the racetrack.
Beans. Okay. Do I sense where? Like, is it back where the people with the creatures were going with the jockeys, or is it more so, or is it
It's
like
yeah, it's back with the creatures with the jockeys.
okay, we're gonna go there.
Making your way towards that entrance, you see that there is a tall elven man. He's like a little jacked, actually. He's like not that like not the thin, supple expectation of an elf. He's kind of like almost like a strongman elf. As y'all walk up, he's kind of got a little clipboard. He's dressed pretty smartly too, as well.
Well met, my kind fellow.
He'll look up from his clipboard and he'll say, "Are you the team for the afternoon?"
Yes, our friends went by. We're just lagging behind. Got caught up shopping.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. What was the name of your team again?
It was uh actually I have in my notes, but above table. A druid. Do you think that Hex would have shared the information about the Zentarum?
Yeah.
Okay. Mel is going to try that. I oh gosh,
Oh,
it's
you're
been
gonna
such.
drop the Zuntara name?
Is that bad? He doesn't know.
Oh, I mean, if that's what Mel's gonna do, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he he does not know. This is why he's not a good liar. Oh wait, do I still have the parchment?
I think Hex has the parchment, but yeah, that y'all still definitely have the parchment.
Okay. Yeah, with the logo. He's going to pull it out. Just be like, I wasn't there when we made the team name, but this is for sure going to be our logo.
Oh yeah, they've already checked in for the race. They have
Mhm.
a full team already. Are you sure you're not? You must be with another one of these Zentarum crew. I think we have like at least two of them operating in the race this afternoon. I recognize the snake. It's pretty iconic.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, Gosh, well, yeah, that's awkward. I thought I was going to be helping. Do you mind if I go talk to them to see like what they want me to do? This is my first time here. I was a little overwhelmed.
Go ahead and make me a deception check.
Okay, can he bat his eyelashes?
oh
Guy, no.
my.
Smells like the sewer.
I'm sorry. I can't let you back here. You would need to have come in with the team to check in. I can go get them, and they can come and get you.
No, good sir. Can I just let me come in for a second? And then he Hex with the mustache rolls up with like suspenders on. He's like, we're actually going to be going under the Starchild team. That's going to be the new team name, Starchild. We will be replaced with the new afternoon team that you said earlier.
Oh yeah, excellent. Perfect. I had y'all's name listed as blank. I'll just go in and pencil that in. Starchild. What dino do you intend on racing this afternoon?
Ooh. Now, because we were called short notice, do you have dinos prepared?
Oh yeah, of course. You can use one of the stable dinos naturally. Why didn't I think of that? He'll scribble that.
Amazing. And Hex turns quickly. Which one of you know how to ride dinos?
I can't say that I'm terribly great with animals, but I am very dexterous.
I do have a farm, no dinos on it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what could the difference be? A cow, a giant dinosaur? It's essentially the same animal, right? Right?
Gobloidus.
I've never seen a Dino before. But I'm up for anything.
Okay. We'll have two. We'll have some ride. We'll have two of our riders out there.
Excellent. Yeah, I see that. With the four of you, it looks like you have a full group for your battle wagon too. Perfect. And I'll
Yep.
just check another box off on his clipboard. Excellent. And it looks like the ante has already been procured. It looks like a thousand gold piece diamond.
Yeah. That was it. And if we win, is that how many teams are there?
There are three other teams.
So that would be triple what we get back if we win.
Well, naturally, you get back what the other team's ante.
Amazing. Okay, yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. My team here thanks you. I thank you. You're doing amazing. Here's a silver piece.
He kind of looks at it like, okay, thanks. As you kind of all breeze past him into the lounge area for the jockeys. You see, it's a hubbub of activity right now. You see, there's several things going on. There are a couple of raptors that are being fed in the background. There's a large T-Rex that is like chowing down on a cow, and some hands are like brushing him down. You see, he's got like a harness kind of being strapped onto him. You see a couple of different battle wagons are being polished and buff, shining with metal and spikes. And you see up in the announcer booth, like around near the center of the racetrack, you see a large prize podium at the center of which is the cheese press.
They bet you cheese press as collateral.
Oh, lovely. I just am at a loss for words. Oh my goodness. We are in the middle of space, and my very important cheese press has been gambled off for a dinosaur race. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling lovely. Mel, did we decide what are the rules for the race? And she's actually like a little flustered. There's just like too many factors to think about, I think.
A little stagehand, a small halfling woman has kind of walked over and says, "Oh, you must be. I hear y'all are the Starchilds. Excellent. Follow me. I'll bring you to your bay. I heard you were going to be using one of the house dinos.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yes, there's going to be a few different positions for you all. I assume you're going to be using one of the house wagons as well, which is perfect. We have them up and ready for you all to go. There's going to be a few different positions for you all to worry about. The one that's going to be riding the dinosaur, you're going to make sure that he's going to be going as fast as he can. The other one is going to be up in the front next to the person riding the dinosaur. They're going to be protecting them and kind of keeping them safe. Next, there's going to be the person that's going to use the weapon on the battle wagon. And then finally, you're just going to be hanging out in the battle wagon. And you can do whatever you want.
I would like that last one.
Excellent. And she gives you a little button that says rider.
Thank you. All right, team, divide and conquer.
I'm sorry, could you go through it one more time? There's a person driving.
Person driving, and the person driving is going to be responsible for handling the dinosaur. So somebody good with animal handling would be good for that one. The chauffeur is going to be the attendant to the driver, and they're going to keep the driver safe and do other stuff on the outside of the wagon, right? They're kind of in a similar position as the rider. The gunner is going to be the person that uses whatever mounted weapon is on the battle wagon. And then the rider is kind of the odd man out who is just in the wagon and can do other stuff as well.
I think that it might be best if we have Gobloidus as the gunner.
Yeah.
I do much better with my own weapons, and I'm guessing that you would do well with. Is it a crossbow of some sort?
We have all sorts of different kinds of weapons. We got a harpoon gun. We got some kind of like lightning launcher thing. We got all kinds of. The boys in R&D been working up some magic, literal magic.
Mm-hmm.
So on a literal level, what do you want your battle card to look like? You have a couple of different choices as well as different dinosaur
Ooh.
picks. Like this is like a little bit. We're kind of like this is like a little bit looser. So like whatever y'all really want, well, I'll workshop it. Right. Like I had a couple of different ideas for dinosaurs, Triceratops, the T-Rex that I mentioned, the Zentarum boys. They're using a pack of raptors to drag their battle wagon.
I like Big Boy. I think we should get a T-Rex.
A T-Rex could be a lot of fun. I suppose it might also be a question for Melkiel.
Is it a race or is it kind of a last man standing type situation?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I think that in my heart, I think a Spinosaurus would be really cool. But I also feel like Melkiel would have some kind of like giant herbivore.
Oh, like the Triceratops?
Maybe a Triceratops or those ones that have like the domed face. Let's see. What is this?
Ankylosaur?
Yes. I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Or are you thinking of Pachys?
No, an Ankylosaurus, yeah. This seems like a lovely friend that Melkiel would like.
Oh. Oh yeah, the spikes and the club tail. Where am I
Yeah.
going to sit? Just kidding. I know there's going to be a
I think there are
silence,
some that are more spiky and some that are more like knobbly.
Oh, great. It's all a bad experience. I think this or what else was it? Triceratops? Does that do like well, but you know what? This one does have the tail, and that could do some damage as well. All right, let's go with the Ankylosaurus.
Gobloidus is just running around behind the wagons, kind of doing a little poop scooping.
He's taking advantage of the opportunity. Amazing. Yeah. Melkiel, you find a very nice ankylosaur who he's getting battle ready. He's got like a little suit of armor on. He's kind of already armored, so it's a little bit for show.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the sense that he is a very sweet, nice boy.
Oh, wonderful. Mel is braiding his hair because he's going to do a braid and then, like twist that braid into a tight bun at the back and just be like, well, suppose we'll be working together. Forgive my smell and I'll forgive yours. I'm quite used to it. So he's just going to try to bond with it while they're both getting ready.
Hell yeah. I love that. Excellent. Yeah, and the battle wagon is brought forth, and like he's the ankylosaur. What should the ankylosaur's name?
Oh, I thought it's okay. Okay. I thought it already had a name.
It does, but this will be what its name is.
Okay. Does matcha exist in 5e?
It does now.
It does now. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you spend the next couple little bit bonding with Matcha. Excellent. Hex and Henrietta, y'all are left with the wagon. What kind of weapon do you want to be implemented on there? They have like a lightning launcher, like they mentioned. They've also got like a big like crossbow ballista. What do you think?
Lightning launcher sounds cool. I did hear a harpoon gun. Now, does that like allow you to pull people closer to you? Or like pull them off of like course?
You could definitely like launch at people and yeah, if you make the hit, you could like connect it to another point on the ground.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
That sounds interesting.
All right, great. Yeah, they hook up the harpoon launcher to the battle wagon. All right, fantastic. With that, I think we'll just go smash cut to the starting line. All the dinosaurs are lined up at the line. You see that same Triceratops pulling a battle wagon similar to your own, the back of which there are several goblins riding in the wagon. They've got the ballista like kind of loaded up on there. The Triceratops is kind of like pawing at the ground, eager to charge. You see the T-Rex has mounted like on its back, almost like a full palisade. It is like its own. It's not dragging a wagon. It's its own It's its own wagon. And then you see the Zentarum boys all dressed in black and with their double raptors kind of pulling almost like a classic style chariot wagon as y'all make your way to the line.
On the back of our wagon is a tiny hut.
Oh, you cast Lehman's tiny hut?
Yeah, on the back of the wagon where Hex is going to be hanging out at.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you shoot out of that?
Oh, I'd have to like poke my head out of it and then shoot. But I'm not. I have a lot of radius stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to say, Hex, you can get the Lehman's tiny hut off, but in such a way that Gobloidus he's not protected by it. He would have to be outside in order for the harpoon.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I just want to make it like so. Like the exit of it is facing out the backside of the tent.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the battle wagon itself is impervious with this tiny hut as you're dragging it around, but only Hex is being caught up inside of it. Everybody else is out. Melkiel, you get a couple of death glares from the Zentarum boys, still wearing their full outfits, full black, as just kind of staring you down.
He looks over at them and then looks down at his shoulder and brushes some dust off and walks away.
Oh damn! The announcer goes, "Oh, there's some exciting, thrilling tension in the on the racetrack tonight, folks. We have a thrilling race for you all tonight, going through the various and newly updated racetrack. First, we're going to have the slime pits. Watch out! Each slime is going to cause a different effect for the racers. You better watch your wheels. Next is going to be the treacherous ice lake. Will they be able to slow down and stop? Who knows?" Finally, they're going to be heading through the brand new infested swamp. And let me just say, the hyper mosquitoes are lovely this time of year. And finally, we've had the last section of the track just blasted out into space. Who knows whether or not they'll be able to find ground again. Racers to your mounts.
Is this fucking Rainbow Road Mario Kart 64? Excuse me?
All right, so with that, all the racers begin to jump onto their battle wagons. Last checks are made. The straps are tightened and affixed to their various dinosaurs. Yeah, and y'all kind of make your way to the front line of the race.
All right. Wow, that happened quickly. Is anyone doing stuff to like prep for the race about to happen?
Like the NPCs?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are moving to and fro. They're checking the wheels and making sure everything is greased up, making sure straps are tightened down and things are fixed correctly.
As we're getting ready, could I this would probably be over the course of a couple of minutes, but ritual cast comprehend languages on myself?
Sure.
Ooh.
Sure, yeah. There's this 10, 15 minute wind up period of this pre-race track. In this time period, Hex casts Lehman's Tiny Hut and you're casting comprehend languages.
Also, among the group of people with the raptors, can I see if there's like a leader among them?
Yeah, there is. It's pretty obvious he's wearing a red bandana.
Cool. I point at this motherfucker and I say, I hope you know that once I get my cheese pressed back, you're going down. This race is not the end.
He doesn't respond, but is he able to find the source of the message?
I mean, per D&D rules, if you cast a spell on someone, it does alert them to your presence for the most part, like in battle. So I would assume for probably in this instance, yeah.
He looks at you coolly, but he doesn't say anything. He just walks over and jumps onto the back of his coach.
Is he is he within is he humanoid?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least he looks humanoid to you.
All right, I want to try to use words of terror, and I just kind of want to be like Hex transforms into what they look like, and just kind of walks up kind of behind him and goes, "Man, you see that person who was pointing at you? I heard that they did something weird. They're gonna do something weird to you on the track. It's gonna cause you to lose everything. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we should be doing this. I don't know if there's a I don't know if there's a light at the end of this tunnel. I'm changing my life around, man. I gotta go." And he runs away. He like instills this for like a minute in this guy's ear. He's got to make a wisdom save against a 16.
I fucking love that. Yeah.
He's gonna do some weird stuff.
You're gonna do some weird stuff.
Not explicitly bad, just weird.
Weird.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wow, he crits.
Well, he's not scared. He has no hint of fear. I run away. I just run out of here. And I run back into the hut.
Amazing. Yeah, he just looks at you coolly as you make your way back to the cabin.
I tried my best.
I think that just leaves Gobloidus. Gobloidus, what are you doing in this to prep in this final moment, other than collecting some fine dinosaur doo-doo?
Yeah, I'm just getting all up in this event, running around, stuffing my face in the hay and the dino hides, and getting familiar with my surroundings. And then I'm gonna jump up on the wagon and knock on the door of the hut so let me in.
Yeah, oh, you want to? Yeah, you can come in here, Gobloidus.
Oh, excellent. Love what you've done with the place. Let me soil it up a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's okay. You make all the mess you want. Did you want some tea? I was having tea by the fire.
Wow. Yes.
Amazing. And a nice relaxing cup of tea before the race. Okay, perfect. With that, all the preparations have been completed and y'all assemble on the line in the wagon. The announcer pulls forth from his belt a starter pistol, and you can see everybody is revved up and ready to go. He says, "All right, folks, on your mark, get set, go!" And bang, he pulls the starter pistol and the race is off. So the way that this is going to work is, Mel, go ahead and just roll initiative since you're the dino rider, and I'm just going to have it y'all go in order based on the different.
Thank you. 4.
So the party's last.
No.
I would have given you a bardic just so you have one, but you have a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and you can use that on initiative, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think that's just a check, right?
Yeah, just a d6.
D6. Actually, let me do it over here.
You can also save it. Oh, okay.
Oh, I clicked it right as you said I could save it. And honestly, it does me no good. Can I say JKZs?
It would put you at a 6 instead of a 4, so it would put you 1 up in the initiative order.
I mean,
Honestly, I take not going last.
okay, yeah. I had $1. I immediately spent it.
Sometimes you gotta. That's what dollars are for.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like the T-Rex and the Triceratops, they are off to a breakneck pace. Melkiel, go in and make me a animal handling check as you attempt to spur the ankylosaur into action.
Guidance. Well,
21, good. Yeah, it looks like your bonding with the with Matcha has paid off as he takes off sprinting. You see that they're on this section of the racetrack. It looks like there are, as the announcer had said, multiple splotches of goo of different colors. Pink, yellow, green, blue. You can attempt to avoid all of them, but there will be a speed penalty associated with it, or you can try to go just straight through some of the goo puddles and hope for the best.
oh, so it's not slime creatures, it's just slime pits with different.
With different types of slime in them, yeah.
We're just getting started. God, I have to be true to Mel. He's such a careful driver.
I love that.
He's who you don't want to be behind on the highway, which is really bad. He's going to avoid them because he doesn't want to take a risk this early on.
Sure, yeah, and Matcha is able to negotiate and navigate around them. However, it does take him a little bit of extra time as some of the slime pits are quite large. Okay, excellent. At this point, I'm going to say that all the other carts are within range of you all. They're at least 30 feet away. So let's just go ahead and go with the chauffeur, Henrietta.
Definitely. Where is the Raptor team?
The Raptor team is actually last. They are behind you.
Cool. We get just even a second like further forward than them, and I am going to cast Firebolt at the guy with a bandana.
Sure, he's actually the driver as well. Go and roll the hit.
A dirty 20
That hits. Go and roll damage.
for 17 damage. 14 damage. Sorry, that's a 6, not a 9. 14 damage.
14 points of damage. You cut into this driver. It looks like he is pretty badly injured by that 14 fire as part of his cloak burns away.
And that is my action. I'm not going to use my bonus action, so I'm going to hang out here.
Okay, Gobloidus next. Gobloidus, you're in the gunner seat. What do you do?
Yeah, jumping out of the hut and grabbing that harpoon gun and gonna shoot at the closest cart.
Nice. They're all pretty equally close to you. Do you have any preference? There's the Triceratops, the T-Rex, or the Raptor pack.
Ooh, the Triceratops.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and just make me a dexterity check with your mod and proficiency. And a 14 will hit. So as you do so, thunk, the harpoon digs into the side of the battle wagon, clipping into it with the rope extending between your harpoon and back to your gunner's seat. The rope ties to the second harpoon, which you can fire on your subsequent turn. But you have established a line between you and the Triceratops' battle wagon. Okay, great. So, Hex, what do you do?
I take a little step outside of my lovely abode. How close are like the T-Rex and the other cart from each other?
They're fairly close to one another. They're about 20 feet between.
Perfect. I want to cast Nature's Mischief in a little 20-foot cube. Some Fey and Draconic magic will spark up. And I got a 4, so that area around them becomes difficult terrain.
Oh, nice. And this was between them.
Yeah, between them.
All right, nice. Yeah, perfect. So they had actually elected to go through some of the slime pits. The T-Rex, it seems to have chosen poorly in combination with the slime pit, which just looks like a viscous glue. This one is a dark blue ooze. It combined with the difficult terrain, it just completely halts the T-Rex in place as it's just flailing in this goo. The Triceratops, on the other hand, it splashes, it slowed down as well, and splashing through the ooze pit, it stinks. It smells awful. It kicks up this horrible odor into the air as it splashes the battle wagon. But due to the difficult terrain, y'all are able to keep neck and neck with it, even taking the more careful route around the ooze pits. The Raptor pack has suffered some damage to their leader, but they're going to continue pushing onward. However, the Raptor pack is going to attempt to fight back against you. You see a glowing energy start to emanate from the top of the Raptor pack's battle wagon, and a burst of lightning lances out towards you, Gobloid. But a 14 doesn't hit you, Gobloidus, as the lightning just goes wide and just arcs out past you into the atmosphere.
Aha!
And with that, y'all are out of the slime pits, one cart down. The T-Rex out for the count, which finds y'all on the ice lake. As y'all are pushing out, the ground underneath becomes so slippery, and the wheels aren't ready for it. Everybody, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. It's going to be a collective one, so if you all beat collective DC, then then nothing will happen. So go ahead and make that dex.
Oh no.
God. No pressure. Yeah.
Woo woo.
We're so dexterous.
All of us, every single person.
It's touch and go for a minute there. You feel there's that moment when you feel the weight and the center of gravity of the wagon. You feel it like start to tip, and you are nervous it's gonna go all the way, but y'all like with a just nudge, y'all are able to slam it back down and right it, and are able to take the turns on the ice lake and get by. Melkiel, go in and make me that animal handling check to see how well Omacha is handling the ice.
Alrighty. And also, so I'm going to be doing oh my god, natural 20. And am I able to cast any spells, or is all of my like mental focus just like, you're doing great, you're wonderful, you're fast, you're incredible?
I'm going to say because you crit just now, you can cast the spell.
Okay, awesome. Who else? So I know the T-Rex is gone.
Yeah, the T-Rex is out. The Triceratops is neck and neck with you, and the Raptor Pack is lagging slightly behind you.
Okay, I am going to the Triceratops. They put armor on it. It's very beefy, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, and Triceratops, like looking at the creature itself, it's heavily muscular, like, like hippopotamus, right?
Gotcha. All right. Well, Mel is going to cast blindness deafness on it.
Oh, very nice. Is there going to be a wisdom save from the Triceratops?
A Constitution save. 14.
Nice. And is this going to be blindness or deafness?
Oh, blindness.
You start to weave the magic, the blinding milk around the Triceratops' eyes, but you almost get the sense that somebody aboard the battle wagon almost prevents you from doing so.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Perfect. Henrietta.
Okay. So how many are in the running with us right now?
Two others, the Triceratops and the Raptor Pack.
Cool. I'm gonna go after Raptor Pack again. I'm gonna go after that guy again. How far do we have between us and the Raptor Pack?
They're lagging about 20 feet or so behind you. They're pretty close.
I'll cast Witch Bolt on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll to hit.
A 22?
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. Go ahead and roll damage.
And my Witch Bolt is only 1d12 right now. A 5. But now there's a bolt of electric current between him and I, so I can do that in the future as well. Unless they get outside of range of Witch Bolt.
Yeah, you see him begin to electrify, which impacts his ability to control the beast. But in response, his chauffeur is going to fire back at you there, Henrietta. 1. But he crit fails. The electricity arcing between the two of you causes him to pull back on the raptors enough that his chauffeur's aim is just knocked wide. That is going to shift us on over to Gobloidus.
Yeah, Bloodus is ready with the other harpoon. Gonna try to attach it to the little raptors.
Sure, you're going to shoot the raptor?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll to hit. A 13, just short. It just jumps to the side, dodging underneath it. But that being said, the harpoon does dig into the ice of the lake, which immediately begins to send fractures into the ice lake bed. It looks like the harpoon was strong enough to dig into it, and you see the Triceratops come to a ripping halt as the wagon being pulled by it is ripped in half as the lake begins to crack underneath the wagons. And y'all make your way into the infested section of the track just as the lake begins to break completely apart into the large icy chunks. Hex.
Yeah, I think the other cart that's still kind of keeping up with us, I think I'm going to do the same thing to him. So let's see what they get. A 2, which means they need to make deck saves or go blind by flowers shooting up in their face. Bouquets of flowers appear all around.
They got a 10. I think it was DC 16, right?
That is right. So they are blinded by the flowers. There's just so many of them.
And the flowers, as y'all are kind of driving into the infested zone, the flowers start to attract some of these larger insects as well as the crew is blinded. Excellent. So that's going to bring us to the top of the round. Melkiel, go ahead and make me that animal handling a check once more as y'all bust into this kind of infested swamp.
Gotcha. That's a 12.
It's a little trickier here. There are some large insects that seem to be bothering Matcha, and with his focus kind of broken, he slows down a little bit as y'all are making your way through. Oh yeah, and with that, the Raptor Pack is able to catch up. Y'all are neck and neck at this point in the rotted swamp, even with the blindness. The chauffeur has kind of stepped in a little bit and is assisting their guidance. And Melkiel, you're fully focused on guiding Matcha in this moment. There's no extra time for you to do other things.
Gotcha.
Which takes us to our chauffeur, Henrietta. You see the Raptor Pack, despite being blinded, are catching up with you.
Okay. Are there any rules about boarding other vessels?
No.
And they're gaining on us?
Yeah, Matcha has slowed down considerably, and they rolled well on their animal handling checks, so they're catching up.
Honestly, I think that I'm gonna do another firebolt at this guy, which would mean dropping my concentration, but or I guess does that? I don't know. I feel like I should know that. Would casting a cantrip do anything to my concentration?
No.
Oh wait, no. What I was getting confused about is which bolt it gets dispelled if you don't do the
If you don't
like,
juice it. I think
do
that
the
is true.
yeah. Even still, I feel like I do more damage with my firebolt right now. So, or could I do something on my turn that's like doing some kind of defense position? I guess.
Sure, like you want to get into like a location to provide better defense.
Yeah, like I want to protect Melkiel right now. How about this? I will hold an action. I will hold a firebolt for the first person who attacks Melkiel. I'll do that as my defensive position.
All right, that sounds perfect. All right, excellent. You see energy begin to glow between Henrietta's hands as she preps this spell. Excellent. We cut over to Gobloidus, who is in the gunner seat. You're out of the special harpoons, but you do have regular ones still.
All right, Gobloidus is gonna take a regular harpoon, spit on it, grease it up a little bit, and shoot it towards the raptors.
Sure, go ahead and roll the hit.
Spit for good luck.
A 24 will definitely do it. Go ahead and roll damage. I'll just count the sneak, and we'll just count that as the harpoon bolt. Yeah, you deal 18 points of damage to the raptor, which chunks into it. It's still moving, but it definitely looks like pretty bloodied at that point, and it definitely appears that their speed has gone down slightly, which is good. It looks like they actually were moving to pass you, but you have cut them off enough that they're neck and neck with you. Has everybody on the squad gone this turn? I think.
Oh, I need to go.
Oh, you need to go? Okay, great.
Yeah. I guess I will. I want to use hold person on the rider.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be charisma save? Wisdom save?
Wisdom.
He fails and locks up. First shock to now being held, he is unable to move. The chauffeur quickly takes the reins from the driver in an attempt to gain control over the raptors, but it's enough time that y'all are able to edge out a close nose over the raptors. Y'all are about maybe 5-10 feet ahead at this point, driving through swarms of disgusting large insects as y'all make your way to the final leg of the track, the holy grounds. You're seeing literally the ground has been blasted. There's pits and holes, some of them dropping straight off the moon into the sky as y'all are making your way through. Melkiel, give me that animal handling check.
16.
16 is good, but you're headed straight towards a gap, and you don't think you're going to be able to change direction in time in order to be able to keep like your lead that you have and make it across the gap. What do you do in this moment? You've got some run up to this large jump that you're going to make.
Oh, so we have to jump it. We can't.
Yeah, it looks like this is the race in this moment. This jump. But we're kind of in bullet time right now. You see the jump coming and you've got some time to chat with the folks in the wagon.
Oh, well, yeah, he's definitely going to tell them to brace themselves. They have to do this jump. Yeah, I don't think I can cast anything that would help except for calm emotions. But I don't think Matcha's freaking out yet. Actually, can I do that? Be like, just focus, hone in. We got this.
Yeah, I love that. You reach down and cast the spell, whispering into his ear about focus, dedication, the big win, and you see like a fire light in Matcha's eye.
I'm gonna have to steal Matcha.
What's the rest of the group doing?
Gobloidus is bracing. He's snuggling Wrinkle into his jacket.
Yeah, I guess I'll brace as well.
Hex retires back into his lovely abode where it's A-okay inside. He just goes out 6 bed by the fire.
All right, Melkiel, go ahead and make me. Well, actually, I'll say because Henrietta, you're up front as well. Jumping, acrobatics a little bit. You think that you might be able to assist with this jump as well?
Yeah. If I could, that would be lovely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say instead of Melkiel, since you're kind of calming emotions and kind of getting Matcha into the zone, maybe you hand the reins over to Henrietta.
Okay.
All right, beautiful. Henrietta, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check at advantage as you, Matcha, and the cart are making this final leap to the finish line.
Nice. Advantage. Ooh, that's a 14.
It's one of those moments where you jump and you think you're not going to make it. You think that you mistimed it. You think that maybe the hill wasn't high enough, and you are like falling through the air when Matcha slams down onto the opposite side, scrambles, gripping it. The battle wagon is vertical. It's hanging off the edge of the cliff, and Matcha quickly scrambles. Their emotions calm. They would probably be freaking out in this moment without the help of Melkiel's magical soothing, but they stay focused and drag themselves up the side of the cliff, the battle wagon in tow, and y'all cross the finish line. The Raptor pack attempts to jump after you, behind you, and completely misses, falling off into the void and falling into space.
All right.
Woo!
You, Matcha, and the battle wagon crash through the finale. A loud horn plays, and y'all are declared the victors. The confetti falls down. The announcer comes out with roses and hands it to you. People are cheering. The crowd is going wild. Scrybots are like flying down and like viewing you all.
We did it.
Yeah!
Lovely. I never doubted us for a second. What's a dinosaur? We did this. It's fine. I'm so excited. If she could cry, she would absolutely be crying. This was a stressful day.
It's a big glass of wine.
Amazing. And with that, you are presented with the awards, the other goods that were anteed up here, including your cheese press, Henrietta. And in this moment, I'm going to just say y'all can pick one uncommon magical item of your choice, and you can take that into the campaign with you. And that's your dino reward.
Cool.
Yay!
Yeah.
Melkiel's gonna just try to take Matcha and be like, "Oh no, I can't. This is mine. I came here with it."
I will make sure that happens.
They're bonded for life now. No, absolutely not.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Yeah.
As the race comes to a close and kind of like the thing falls silent, Matcha, you find, has actually shrunken down. It appears that they were under the effect of an enlarge reduce spell, and they're actually a medium-sized ankylosaur. They appear to be a petite ankylosaur.
Baby.
Yes.
Wow.
Protect it with our lives.
Matcha joins the party. Okay.
Hang on. Are we bringing this dinosaur?
Yeah, of course.
Baby dinosaur.
This is ours now.
Oh my god.
And as y'all are being awarded, roses are falling down upon y'all. Y'all are basking in the limelight, the glory, the cheers of the crowd. A single figure is seen seated by himself, alone. He has stark white hair, madly arranged around his figure, glowing red eyes, and a large beard, a cloak seemingly filled with eyeballs as he sits there.
Oh.
And the camera zooms in on his face silhouetted by light, and you see a smile creep up his lips.